Do you ever notice how writing advice sounds brilliant? Absolutely brilliant. Until you sit down to try it and it completely screws up your story. Well, let's fix that. So here's the deal. Everyone thinks that they have the one true way to write. It doesn't work for everyone. It's never going to work for everyone. So, by the end of this video, you'll be able to tell good advice from bad advice, the stuff that's just not meant for you right now. It could be that you're not far enough along in your writing journey for it to make sense. It could be that it's never ever going to work for you. So here's the first question that you need to ask yourself. What's your goal right now? Good advice is only good as long as it fits the problem that you're trying to solve. And if your goal is to actually finish the first draft of your story, you don't need editing tips. If you're revising, you gotta write every day. Both can be true, and both are true, but not at the same time. That's a recipe for disaster. So here's the deal. One of the first things you should do is check your source. Who's giving you the advice? Does it work for them because they're a literary novelist? Or are they a cozy mystery writer? Because the same advice may or may not work for both types of writers. And if they don't write like you want to write, or for the audience that you want to write for, their rules might not even apply to you. So, check the source. So here's my favorite part. Don't just blindly follow what they're telling you. Treat advice like an experiment. Try it for a week. See what happens. So, did it make my writing flow better? Or did it make it worse? Because if it's making it worse, you might not be ready to follow that right now. And here's the deal. You're allowed to be your own lap rat. All right, so here's some red flags. When you're cruising around YouTube, you're gonna find lots and lots of writing advice, lots of videos, and the authors of the channel mean well, and it more than likely works really well for what they're doing, but you may not write like that. One of the tests that I like to run is to look at the advice, and you know that I'm a big proponent of using your favorite book as the guide for your writing. So let's say that you've watched some writing advice on plot, and they go through the hero's journey, or a 25 chapter outline, or Lester Dent's master plot formula. Those are all wonderful tools. But if you can't take your favorite book and figure out what happens in your book, plug it into whatever system you're going to use for plotting, then that may or may not be a good thing for you to do. And that's okay. It may work wonderful for the person who posted the video on YouTube, but it may not work well for you. You may not have story ingrained in your soul enough to make it work for you right now. It's why I keep recommending that you use your favorite book to help plot your own story. Because as a beginning writer, a new writer, one of the things that you're going to have to get deep down inside your soul is you're going to have to learn how to tell a good story. And once you learn how to tell a good story, then you can start breaking rules. And you can bend and twist other people's advice to fit what you're doing. So the next time you run into writing advice, run it through 3 filters. Filters really isn't the word I want to use, but we'll just call it filters. Ask yourself, what's your goal? What are you trying to use this advice for? What's the source? Do they write like you want to write? Or is what they're saying, does it make a lot of sense to you? You may have to tweak it a little bit to make it fit what you want to do with your writing. And with your writing, your goal should always be, should always be to tell a good enough story that other people want to pick it up and read your writing. And the last thing you want to do is you want to test it. Try it out for a week or 2 weeks or a month, however long you decide that it takes you to figure out that this makes sense. So really, that's all I've got for you today. If you liked what I said, I hope it's helped. Like and subscribe. Remember, if you look down in the description, you can see a link to my StorySpark plot notebook. It's free. You just have to click on the link, and I'll see you in the next video. So happy writing.